In this lesson, we're going to explore one of my all-time favorite features of CorelDRAW. It's called power clipping, and it's the ability to take one object and place it inside another. Now, the object that you're placing could be something you've drawn in CorelDRAW, could be a bitmap image. The container that you're placing the image or the object into could also be another object you've drawn. It could be text. And you can see I've got a file open here already called powerclip1.cdr. And if you're following along and have the exercise files, you can get this in your Lesson 10 folder. This has some text, and you can see the word onion is conveniently hollow. So we've got an outline, but the fill appears to be white, and it might be nice to fill this up with something else by power clipping it inside here. It could be this image, or it could be something we create. So let's try both scenarios. We also have a rectangle down here. It's hollow. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to create a texture fill from this. So let's go to our fill button in the toolbox. We'll go over and down to texture fill. And I've already got it selected here. It's in the samples category under the texture library. And alphabetically, it's near the bottom here. It's called vegetation. I'll hit the preview button a few times till I get the exact look I'm after. That's good right there. And all I have to do now is click OK to fill up my rectangle with that texture. Now it's time to get this texture inside the word onion. And we're going to power clip our object that we already have here now created inside the word onion. Watch what happens. There's two different ways to do this. One way is with the object selected, go up to the Effects menu, and you'll notice power clip down here. As I move over to the right, there's only one option, and that is to place inside a container. So when I click on this, my mouse pointer is now this thick black arrow waiting for me to click on the container. In this case, it's the word onion. So I'm going to go to any one of these characters and make sure the point of my arrow is inside the character before I click once. And look at that. The object's power clipped inside the word onion, and it's automatically centered. That's an option that you can choose to change. I'll show you how in a moment. All right, let's click undo. I'll take that out. And maybe we'd rather put this bitmap image of the green onions inside the word onion. Here's the other way you can do it. Instead of clicking and then going up to the Effects menu, right-click and drag the object up into the word onion. And when you see your mouse pointer turn into a character with the A and the arrow, let go. You've got some options now. We've seen this earlier when we were copying properties, but now we're going to go down here to Power Clip Inside. Give it a click. Our green onions are inside, and remember, the default is that image is centered in behind the word onion. And all I'm seeing is those parts of the image that go through the letters. Okay, so what if I wanted to move that around? Maybe I'm seeing too much of the white onion and I want to see more green. Well, in that case, we have some new options now. I'm going to click on my rectangle here and delete with the delete key. A little distracting. Now I want to manipulate that image a little bit. Well, to do that, we click on the word onion. We go up to Effects and down to Power Clip. Now we've got some other options. One is to extract the contents. I would take them back out so we could power clip them again. If that's not really what I want to do, I want to edit the contents. Clicking Edit Contents takes me to another view where I can see an outline of the word onion and I can see the image in the background. So all I have to do now is just click and drag the image to the location where I want. If I drag it down a little bit, I'm going to get more of the green showing through the outline and less of the white onions. And if that looks good, and of course I could size this as well if I want to stretch it out a little bit so I can show certain portions. There we go. That might be good right there. When I'm happy, I've got some options. I can right click or I can go down to Finish Editing Object right here in the bottom left corner of the screen. Clicking on that finishes the edit, and now I return back to my page where I see the changes have taken place. All right, so one last thing to look at, and that is the default where the object you power clip inside is automatically centered. If you want to have more control right from the get-go, go up to your Tools menu, down to Options right here at the top, and over here under Workspace we'll go down to Edit, and you can see there's a check mark here for Auto Center New Power Clip Contents. So if you don't like that, just deselect it, click OK, and the next time you power clip, you'll have full control over where you place that power clip. So again, my all-time favorite, power clipping. You can really create some cool and unusual effects using power clipping. And remember, you're not restricted to power clipping inside text like we did. You can powerclip images into objects and vice versa. So have fun experimenting with the powerclip option.